Hey everyone, this is Keith with On Time Construction Consulting. So this is the interior of our Winter Park renovation. This is with everything being drywalled. And they've hung all the drywall, and they've actually done first and second muds on it. So that's what they've done. So that's what you see right now. So what that does, whenever they put first mud on it, they put mud and they put tape. So the tape covers the seams, so you can see some of it right here. So that's actually the seam between two pieces of drywall. So they've got first mud on that. They'll be back and they'll put another coat of mud over top of that and skim everything out. So that's gonna happen tomorrow on this one. And then once that's done, they'll do a sand and then we'll actually spray texture on everything. We're doing orange peel on the walls in here and then knock down texture on the ceiling. That was what we're going ahead and doing. That's our pantry. But when you see the big heavy places of mud like this, so that usually means a couple of different things. One, you've got seams there. Two, you've got screws there. Or three, they're looking to float something out there. So is what it typically is. In most of these cases, like 4 foot off of the floor, which is where this one is right here, that's your typical break of a board. So one board comes up off the floor 4 feet. You've got a seam, the next board goes up. These are 8 foot walls in here. So you end up having 2 boards. So that's what you've got. That's why you've got the one big seam in there. So when you're doing the corners, so they put tape in the corners. So just like they do over the seams. So whenever you go ahead and tape the corners, that'll go ahead and help prevent some of the cracking that goes on. Houses do settle. So when the houses settle, well, they will crack. That's just a fact of life. And in Florida, we live on sand. So no matter how well it's compacted, it doesn't mean it's gonna stay that way forever. So things can settle down just a little bit. And when they settle, your cracks typically appear in your corners. So if that's gonna happen, easiest thing to do to remedy that, a lot of people call the drywall guy to come back out and fix it. The challenge is when drywall dries, it dries hard. So the best thing to do in a lot of those cases, if their hairline cracks and that's it, so is actually just go ahead and caulk them. So wipe out the caulk, so you just have enough in there to cover that gap. So, and then touch up paint. So, and that'll be a little more flexible and they'll be less likely to crack. So in those locations. Sometimes you end up having beams. So like in this house right here, you see where it comes up off of that corner right there and how we're nice and whited out the whole way across here. There's literally a beam right there. So is what there is. That beam is in there and it will have the weight of the trusses on it because they're strapped down to it. So that beam stands a higher likelihood of being cracking than any other place in this house. But it's designed, the roof is designed to flex that way. And that's what a lot of homeowners don't understand that piece. So the roof system itself is meant to move up and down slightly. So especially in Florida or in other areas where you've got heavy winds, which we all do at times, but Florida, especially when you get into the tropical season, will have more wind. And the trusses will slightly lift. So when that does that, it flexes the 2x4s or 2x6s that the trusses are made out of. And when it flexes, the drywall moves with it. And if it doesn't move with it, then you definitely get cracking. When it moves with it, you have less cracking as what ends up happening. This is our bathroom, this is the master. So you see Drywall hung in here. You see we're gonna have a big niche across the back. It's gonna be one very large shampoo niche. So now we've got a smaller one over here in between our 2 heads. That's an actual shower head. That's gonna be for a handheld that's gonna loop over top. And then we're gonna have that whole back side back there is gonna be one big seat. So 16 inches wide. So there'll be plenty of space in there to go ahead and relax. So for you ladies who shave your legs, so that's the perfect place to be able to shave your legs. This one's coming along. Like I said, they'll be putting the next mud on and skim coating everything, and then we'll be going to texture. So this one's coming soon.